Right now, joining us on the table is MEC Bonginkosi Dhlamini from the Gauteng Department of E-Government. MEC, welcome to the Vuga Breakfast Show. Sawamugela. Thank you so much for joining us and taking your time to be here with us at the Rain Show 2025.
Thank you very much for having me, and the greetings to your listeners at home.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. We're looking forward to bringing you all the relevant information from where you are, because right now at the Rain Show and the Expo Center, what they do is to make sure that all of the information that you need from the public to the private sector is delivered right there at your door. So if you want to connect with us on our social media platforms, that is Vuga Breakfast Show, and the hashtag to use is the hashtag Vuga Breakfast Show.
Yes,
so,
sir.
MEC, someone at home, they might be asking themselves, what is e-government? Can you please take us through what is e-government?
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. The e-government department is a fairly new department, and it's the only one in the country, in the province of Gauteng. Our task is to modernize all government services, to digitize all government services. Yes, you know that you apply online for school enrollment. We are not busy with migrating all your manual filing in hospitals to e-health, where whether you are in Tembisa or in Alex, you just press you just punch in your ID and your information is there, eliminating your queues and so forth. We are also tasked with rolling out the universal connectivity of our poor communities. That is why we're putting on your Wi-Fi in your libraries, in your schools, in your TUSO centers, so that our people are also connected. They are able to access these government services. And after giving them the connecting the Wi-Fi, we give every resident 500 gigabytes of free Wi-Fi, but they can only download things that has to do with government services and looking for a job or writing of CVs and so forth. They can't download your beta and the porn and so forth.
Very interesting that you mentioned that, MEC, because someone like Mo just mentioned that someone is not knowledgeable about what e-government is, right? And you just mentioned that it is a fairly new department that has been recently introduced. So you just explained it, but then the person comes back again and says, I hear what you're saying, I comprehend, I fully get it, but what are then the benefits of an ordinary citizen like myself going on about my business, saying, you guys promoting me and saying, you make use of this platform, it will work for you and it will be mutually beneficial. How do you then highlight all of those benefits for any ordinary South African out there?
It's exciting to be in this space. Last year, I switched on the first of my first as a MEC, because I was appointed in July last year.
Yes, sir.
When we went to switch the first one in Kokos in the West End, it was so exciting that one old lady came to us and said, you are changing our people's life our kids' life by switching us on. My child is studying, and she nearly sold her body to get the data. Wow. So what you are doing here is really changing people's lives. We are really impacting our people, because that everybody is moving to digital.
Yes.
Other countries are speaking of your 5IR. Now we're talking of 4IR. So everybody, in fact, if you look at it, everybody now is digitized. Because almost every South African has a cell phone. We no more write love letters, we text each other, we WhatsApp and so forth. So we're all digitized. So all we are trying to do as this department is to make sure that every government service is at your gadget, at your hand. If you no more queues, nothing. You are the e-health application that we are introducing. You will be able, even at the comfort of your home, to check which clinic is nearer me, which one has a queue and which one does not have a queue. You register there. By the time you reach there, they are ready for you. Yes. So we are trying to modernize and digitize and make sure that we move everybody into the modern, and we don't leave our people out of the digital economy. Yes.
Let me see. I gotta tell you that what I'm hearing right now as a young person, speaking of digital, it makes me happy, because we have seen on how in the sector, especially in the health sector, they will complain about the backlog you know, that there are a lot of people who are stuck in the system and now they can't go back and look for those people. So for someone who is at home, I think this is information that they need, because we know about the awareness of digital migration.
Yes.
So looking at going to the hospital, having the apps, and having to, you know, get all the information in your app using electronics. You can go to the library and you can access the Wi-Fi as free as you can. But, you know, it's so much good news, because people were asking, when are we evolving? When are we getting into the technological spaces? But now we're at the ratio. We are highly connected.
Yes.
You can see how the energy is. We have our gadgets right here. This is how we should be looking at our spaces everywhere we go. So now, can you please take us through what is the mandate of the e-government?
As I said, the mandate one is to digitize and modernize all government services.
Yeah.
We must remove all the paper, all the queues into your gadget.
Yeah.
As I said, if you want to apply for a license, you can do it at the comfort of your home.
Yes, sir.
If you want to apply for your ID, you can do it at the comfort of your home. If you want to apply for your kids' placement in school, you can do it online. So we're digitizing. We are making sure that we modernize all government. The issue that when you're in Baragwanath Hospital, before they attend to you, you must spend another 60 minutes on paperwork,
Filling out
just filling up,
paperwork,
and every time you visit, you must fill up.
Paperwork.
Yeah.
So everything must now be online. So that whether, as I said, whether you are in Tembisa or in Sibuking, you just press in the doctor just press in your ID and all your information and your medical
Pulls up.
history and your condition. Tell the doctor what it is the person is suffering from that. So that's what we are trying to do.
Wow.
Very,
Yes.
very
And apart from that, we are also helping the Department of Community Safety to use modern ways to fight crime. That is why we've got this app that we call the e-panic button,
Yes.
which you can download when you get an iPhone. You go to the iStore. When you've got an iDroid, you go to your app store
Yes.
and you just download it. Gauteng e-panic. You download it. It's able to help you when you are in distress. Either it's a criminal offense that you are witnessing, or you're under attack, or it's a medical attention that you need an ambulance. You just press in 2 seconds. The call center will call you and ask you what is happening. By the time they talk to you, they even at the same time locate where you are.
Your location.
Yes, and they are able then to dispatch any other help that is nearer.
Yes.
Because we in the e-panic button we have onboarded your private security companies. We are now onboarding your Metropolis.
Yes.
We have started with the Johannesburg Metropolis. We've onboarded 100 of them as a pilot. 2 weeks ago, we've been signing an MOU with all municipalities so that we don't work as borders of these metros.
Yes.
The Metropolis in the Guruleni, when they are chasing a car and it gets into Joburg, the MOU says they must continue. And they cannot stop and say, no, now it's got into another territory. So we're onboarding all those Metropolis in Gauteng. We're onboarding all the ambulances. We're onboarding all the EMMS, your fire brigades and so forth. So that by the time you press, you are able, when they ask you what kind of help you want, is that. Secondly, we are putting up, as a department, CCTV cameras in all the hotspots in the townships. Last year we rolled out about 380.
Wow.
This financial year we'll be rolling out 500 into townships, into informal settlement, into hostels. We identify this with the police to say what are the hotspots. As you know, that this place here, Irenshaw, is going to be the host of the G20 in November this year.
Oh, wow.
We've put on about 30 CC cameras. This place here now is the safest
place
inside and outside.
Come on.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, you're touching on very interesting stuff, MEC, because we as the team, myself, Manele, and myself more when our station manager Ubanele, we walked around, especially in the public services building, right? And we got to see some of the exhibitions, especially with the COJ. You just touched base on the CCTV, and they were taking us through it and explaining to us how it works. And then, of course, we had a sit down with Olani Fihla, the spokesperson for the JMPG, and he was also now detailing it as to how it's going to work with regards, of course, with what you just mentioned, the hotspots and all of those stuff. So it sounds like you work very well and hand in hand with all these entities under public safety, right? Because I was about to ask, intergovernmental collaboration. Do you guys, as a newly introduced department, work in silos, or is there a huge collaboration with all of these departments that have been in existence for quite some time?
I mean, there is a huge collaboration. As I said that last week, the Premier is very passionate about the intergovernmental cooperation between the all spheres of government. We meet almost every Tuesday to look at progress and what is it that we need to do. And as we have started also as a department at the technical level, that our team is discussing with all the metro corporate services, MECs, so that we also collaborate at the level of ICT and modernization. But I must say that we are really getting a lot of cooperation from your metros.
Yes, sir.
Because you know that for us to put up a pole, to put up a CCTV, you must get HAMAWay leaves from the municipalities. So there is cooperation now and there's movement, we are very happy.
I love it.
There's a lot of cooperation. There's a lot of passion from the metros. One really must really commend them that they are really cooperating. That is why we're able to roll out more than 300 CCTV in the townships, in informal settlements and in hostels. And this year we'll be rolling out another 500.
Even more.
Even more, yes.
Good things are really happening in provinces, and especially the Gauteng province, because we know it is known as the economic hub of South Africa. But now, MEC, we want to speak about, the public issues that we know that, okay, now we are moving into digital migration, and we know that we have elderly people who are not well integrated into the system. Now, what is being done to make sure that someone as a 80-year-old grandmother, have access to this, system?
Yeah, one of the things is that our survey has told us that almost 80% of South Africans can use a normal cell phone.
Oh, wow.
That is one. Secondly, that is why we're also building what we call TUSO centers into the townships. We're putting what we call ICT hubs. We are in discussions with the Department of Home Affairs, we're in discussions with the Department of Education, we're in discussions with the Department of Social Development to say there are centers that they use. We must also be able to put up a hub where people are going to be able to access these services. And thirdly, we've got what we call digital ambassadors who go around in the townships teaching our older people to say how to go about accessing your services. If money permitting, we will really want to have a situation where all elderly people have access at least to a smartphone. And we've also even discovered that you don't need to have an iDrone or an iPad or an iPhone to have a smartphone. They are very good, very affordable smartphones that we are encouraging that our people get, especially the elderly. Yes.
Wonderful, MEC. And I know that to whoever who's watching right now, when they get this information, they're going to be, relieved. Because now what's the burning question is that, MEC, I hear you, but how do I now access this? But with the TUSO services that is going to be offered in the township, they are really going to be helpful. But now let us speak about your involvement with the rain show. What is the direction? What is the angle? What is it that you guys are looking forward to? And what is it that you want to entail as information given out to the people?
I mean, the Rain Show is a very strategic show because it gets about, the last time I checked, it's about 2.6 million last year.
Yes, sir.
Visitors that came in here. So we are here to display what we do, to help our people to download the ePanic button, to expose the department on what services do we give. And we are very happy that in the last 5 days, our stand has been visited by more than 1,200 people.
Wow.
We're getting visitors of almost 200 per day. That's the stat that we're getting from our guys in the stands. And we the response, we're very happy with it.
Very interesting and knowledge providing and giving stuff. You are probably wondering who Bonginkosi Dhlamini is as the newly appointed head and MEC of the Department of E-Government. Honorable Bonginkosi Wesley Dhlamini was sworn in by Judge Lebogang Modimo as the new MEC of Gauteng Department of E-Government during the inauguration of the 7th administration in the provincial legislature by Gauteng Premier Honorable Panyaza Lesufi on the 3rd of July 2024, following the government of provincial unity. So very quickly, MEC, someone is out here at the Rancho, and you've just entailed that you are being visited by almost 200 people a day, right? What's the hope that the department would like for ordinary citizens as they are walking by here to walk away with? What is the one thing that you would like patrons to walk away with in terms of all the things that you're trying now to give out to the general public?
I mean, I will really encourage them to visit our stand. There is a lot to offer in the stand. They said they will tell you the services that we provide. We we tell you the opportunities that are there in the department, and we are also able to help you to download the e-panic button and other services that we have. So we are very excited. And I must say that we are also excited that we have won the best stand of the show.
Yes, well done on that one. Yes. So let's talk accessibility. How do I then, as an ordinary citizen, get in touch with the department or with you if I can? Is there a way that I can do it? Do I walk in? Do I have to visit a governmental building? How do we navigate all of that?
You can walk in number 75 Fox Street in Johannesburg.
Yes, sir.
And you can also walk into our stand now, and they will be able to. We are an open door, public entity.
Yes, sir.
So it's not difficult to get hold of us.
But on social media?
Yeah, on social media, e-government.
Yes, sir.
We are both in all the social media platforms.
Yes, sir.
Your WhatsApp, your Twitter, your Facebook, and so forth. You just say Gauteng e-government, and
everything pops out.
Everything pops out.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, MEC, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, that was MEC Bonginkosi Dhlamini, Gauteng Department of E-Government. We hope that you got that information as helpful as you can. This is Vuga Breakfast Show, and we're going to see you on the next one.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
Thank you.